Hey everybody, today I wanted to talk about the food stools from HomeGoods and how they are massively contributing to the overconsumption core that is going on over on TikTok. So firstly, what even are these food stools from HomeGoods? They're exactly what they sound like. They are kind of like a footstool or a side table type item, and they're shaped like a food. They started out as fruits, and they just kind of expanded from there. And they're typically found at HomeGoods, although sometimes you can find them at TJ Maxx and Marshall's because they're like, those stores are all like in the same family, if that makes sense. And from the little bit of research I did, it seems like they first really started popping up in 2020 or 2021. And the first one was the strawberry. I'll put a picture somewhere. And I think the reason that it really got popular and went viral was because strawberries were trending at the time. So people were like, oh, look at this strawberry footstool, you know, let's get this because it goes with the rest of our strawberry decor. Along with like the strawberry dress that I think it was like a designer dress and it was like thousands of dollars or something. Ended up being lots of dupes of it, but that was super popular around that time too. So my theory is that they started with the strawberry, maybe a few other fruits, and it was popular because of the shape, the strawberry. And so then people were like, oh, well, I have the strawberry, let me get the orange and the lime or the lemon, whatever, you know? So from there, it just grew and grew and grew. So I do think that's where it started. And by now, I'm gonna assume they've got to have, what, at least 100 different designs? Because some of these collectors have over 99 of them, and I'm sure they have some duplicates. But they have to have at least 100 designs by now, right? But that brings us to our next point, which is the collections.
I don't listen now and you're not.
Fine, my food stool collection is starting to get a little bit out of hand, but I have a spot for all 28 of them. Come on, I'll show you where I keep them.
So there are many creators on TikTok with humongous food stool collections, and that's what inspired this video. I was scrolling through my For You page and I saw the video of the guy with the 99 footstools showing, you know, how he displays them and stores them in his house.
Hey guys, I have 99 food stools and this is how I place them around my house.
And I was like, whoa, that's a lot. I want to dive deeper into that and see what is going on in the world of TJ Maxx, or no, HomeGoods, food stools, whatever. Sorry if I keep calling them fruit. They were originally, most of them were fruit. Now they've expanded to all kinds of different food, but originally they were fruit. Now, this is kind of a hard thing to criticize because I personally believe if you are not hurting anyone else, you're not putting yourself in debt, you're not harming anything or anyone by doing this, then like that's fine, that's great. I'm so glad that something brings you joy. But then on the other hand, it's like promoting overconsumption, and especially with such a big item like this, because if somebody's over consuming, say makeup or nail polishes or something, you can store that all in a tote. But these items are huge. They're gonna take over your entire house. So like, I do kind of feel like that content is harmful, but at the same time, like, it's cool, it's interesting, it's funky, fun, fresh, whatever. Obviously, I must enjoy the content because I just watched a bunch of it for this video. So yeah, but genuinely, I mean no hate to these people. A lot of the creators who I'm talking about in this video, I watch their videos, I enjoy them, I consume their content, I really like these people. So yeah, I don't mean any hate because I'm part of the problem. I am viewing it. I'm part of the demand for their supply, you know? Plus, at some point, I would really like to get a couple food stools. I will only get them if it is something I genuinely truly feel like I cannot live without, like some type of food that I am super obsessed with, but it also has to fit my aesthetic. Once I'm in a more permanent living situation and I can really decorate how I want, then I'll start looking into that. But I have decided I'm gonna try to stick within an aesthetic and not go too crazy. But I don't know, I want to make a video talking about that too, of like how social media has made it be to where we feel like we can't just be normal and like multiple things, because I feel like I'm stuck just doing my like kind of dark goth emo alternative aesthetic. But like, no, I want to do everything. I want to have fun, but I feel like I can't. I don't know. That is a topic I'm going to dive into. There's a lot of future videos that are going to be mentioned in this video. I will say that. But yeah, so no hate to the food stools either, because hopefully eventually I'll have a couple, 2 or 3. Don't worry, you're not going to see me being the next food stool TikToker with a collection of hundreds of them filling my spare bedroom floor to ceiling. But going back to how there's a lot of content being made around these stools, there are a few different like types of videos that are really common and popular. The biggest one is hunting for specific ones or just looking for new stools in general, but typically it is people being like, I saw this stool on TikTok and now I have to go find it.
Tell the person who loves food stools to go to HomeGoods right now.
Back at it again, searching for food stools. We're at Marshall's this time.
I'm kind of shocked. Look at this, you guys.
Look at all these freaking food stools. Okay, they have
Alright guys, I am going to this HomeGoods to try and find the donut stool.
And sometimes this is a really big deal. Sometimes people are traveling for hours to get to different locations of these stores. Sometimes they're even going into different states looking for these stools. So yeah, overall like the search, the hunt for these dang stools is a pretty popular type of content that is made around these food stools. And with that being said, the reason people are traveling far and wide is because they are typically pretty hard to find. They're few and far between.
after what feels like forever. We finally found the hot dog. We've been searching for this for so freaking long. I'm so excited.
And in preparation for this video, I looked on YouTube to see if anyone else was talking about this. And I found a video from Emily on the Beige Flannel channel, I believe. I'll have it linked in the eye. So credit to her for this thought. But she mentioned that it's like manufactured scarcity, purposefully not supplying the demand, if that makes sense. And yeah, I think that's what's going on here, because then it makes people want them even more because it's hard to find them. Plus, if it's hard to find them, you're going to be going back to that store maybe a few times a week. And every time you go there, maybe you pick up like a little snack, just some little impulse buy so that your trip wasn't wasted. Also, side note, I am planning on doing a video about how stores like Ross, TJ Maxx, Burlington, etc., just like that kind of like weird discount store, how they are massively contributing to impulse buys and like overconsumption on TikTok and just in real life. I know I personally have an issue with those stores. So now I'm very conscious when I go into that store of like, no, you don't need to buy anything except for like the one thing you were looking for. So for the content about them, there's videos looking for them that we already mentioned. And then there's videos about styling them, you know, where to put them in your home, different, you know, things you can do with them. People just showing how they style them. I don't know what else to call it, how else to describe it. As well as repairing them or repainting them. So a lot of times they will have chips or cracks in them, so people will repair those. As well as sometimes people will completely redecorate them to make them look like a different fruit entirely. or they will just paint them to be more preferable colors. So within that, there's a lot of videos you can make about these food stools on TikTok and shorts or reels, whatever, just short form content. I'm not sure if anybody would sit down and watch a full length YouTube video about them, but okay. So now we're at the part of the video where when I was writing the script, I couldn't work any of this into that. So these are just random thoughts. So firstly, also sorry I keep messing with this so much. It's obviously fake. Because I'm trying to see if I like the septum on me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably not going to get a real one, but what do you think? But anyways, okay, firstly, I've seen a few of these stools in real life, okay? I've seen them at Marshall's, and I see them, and I'm like, I need that. I want that so bad. Just because of the hype around them. Just because of the weird novelty niche-ness that goes along with these things. I've never seen one that I actually genuinely truly would want. Like maybe a sushi one or something. I really like sushi is my favorite food, so I would want that. But the sushi one, I've seen people say that like the fillings in it kind of look like a hot dog. So I probably wouldn't get the sushi one. Or there's like the Oreo stack. That's super cute. That would go with my aesthetic. But like I said, I'm not in a permanent living situation. I can't just be buying big furniture because I don't want to have to move that across the country. So yeah, like I have seen them and I have almost fallen victim to like the overconsumption brain rot that has been created around these freaking fruit stools. Sorry, food stools, whatever. The next thing is the overconsumption with them is also a problem because they aren't just like some little blanket or something that you can easily resell on Facebook Marketplace. These are big, heavy pieces of furniture. But they are breakable. You know, like I said, people are making videos repairing them. So I've seen plenty of chipped ones. I've also seen a lot of people fully repair them from being broken into multiple pieces. So I kind of feel like once the first owner's done with them, they're probably going to be too beat up to resell. So a lot of them are going to go to the landfill, and that is a problem. Another issue is resellers.
Next time you go to HomeGoods, look out for these viral stools because they're gonna make you $40 to $90 in profit. These are the viral TikTok food stools and they're only $59.99. But if you check eBay, you're gonna see that
So resellers are an issue with all of the stores like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, HomeGoods, Ross, etc. And they're not inherently evil or anything, but there's like a big issue with scalpers. You know, people go buy a bunch of them and then sell them on Facebook, eBay, whatever, for way more money. And that's just a problem and it sucks for everyone involved except for the person who's making a bunch of money off of just curating their eBay page, basically. Actually, I don't know how eBay works. So I don't know if it's, I don't know how eBay works. I'm sorry. Also, not to mention, there are multiple different sizes of these things. So there's like the regular footstool side table sized ones, but then they also have smaller ones that I wouldn't call tabletop size, but they're also not a size where you could really use them for anything. You couldn't use them as furniture.
So I know we've all seen the like giant HomeGoods food stools, right? Like the big burger and the big corn. There's the big corn right there. I have the minis of like every version they've made. There's the small corn with the bite out of it, and there's the big corn with the...
But then recently, I've also seen tabletop version, like relatively small, you know, you put it on your desk, on your bookshelf, whatever, as a tabletop decoration. There's no other way to describe it. Anyways, so there's 3 different sizes of these things. Also the tabletop size. I couldn't find any videos for this video, but I had seen a video a few days ago, a TikTok, a few days ago of people showing them at the store. So I know they exist, but I can't find any videos showing them now. But anyways, there's 3 different sizes of these things, which makes it like even worse because then somebody's like, oh, I have, you know, 3 of these stools. I'm gonna get 3 of the mini versions and the mini versions so that they're all matching and stuff. And that's cute, that's fun, but now you're adding dozens and dozens more items to this collection for people to overconsume. Okay, so lastly, I wanted to end on a positive note. So these stools, kind of in a way, are helping create community. So this really popular TikTok named Birdie Wood is really known for doing all kinds of cool DIYs, like home decor type DIYs of these cool maximalist like interior designs, right? And she has a lot of these footstools. Well, there was this food stool, sorry. I'm just, whatever, some word, stool. She was in search of this stool that looked like a stack of cans of sardines, right? So she makes videos being like, hey, I saw this on TikTok, I'm looking for it. Let's go to HomeGoods, let's take a peek. And they don't have it. So then her viewers, or not even people who are fans of her, just people who have seen her come across their For You page, they were going to their store and being like, hey, I found it at this location. I don't know how far you are from me, but here's one. So that's really cool. And then I think when Birdie ended up actually finding them, I'm pretty sure people people from TikTok had been like, hey, your local location has one, go grab it, girly pop. So that's just crazy to see people like coming together to help each other look for these pieces of furniture.
I know there's a girl on TikTok who's looking for the sardine stool. I'm not sure where you're located, but here in Fort Worth, they have one left at HomeGoods in Fort Worth.
Who's that girl looking for the sardine stool at TJ Maxx? Because I found it.
Okay, you guys, I'm at HomeGoods again looking for the sardine stool. Okay, and I got messages from several people telling me exactly where it was here. Oh my God, y'all. It's here. It's here. I found it.
But I wanted to end on something positive because I feel like these types of videos are always negative, but like I want to talk about them. Also, they're popular. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do on YouTube, and this is what I'm doing right. But it's hard because sometimes they are so negative and people are so mean, and maybe people won't like my videos because I'm not mean and negative and horrible and ruthless, because I'm not calling all of these people stupid, because they're not. I collect things too, just not big expensive things like that. But anyways, that is it for this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Tell me in the comments down below which of the food stools is your favorite, and subscribe to see all of the videos that I mentioned in this video that I'll be doing in the future. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!